Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how hooks works in React. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Here actually I implement the state using class-based components, and this is the output of it. So what we want to handle with hooks actually is the name, email, and message. We're just going to use like the way we used it in class-based component. Like we need it also to have all the functionality so that it will take in the name and the email and also handle the changes and everything. So without further ado, let's jump right into our VS Code. Here actually, as the functionality stands, let's try to do the same thing using hooks. So let's get started. RFCE is a React snippet which is given to us by ES7 extension. You can get it, just come and tap on your extension here and search for ES7 React, then it will just show you the option. After you download it, then it will work automatically. It is not something like you need to go and also initialize it or something. So like you just click enter and it will just give you all the features. So we don't really need this div. We're just going to remove it, and because we are creating form, a contact form, just like what I've shown you some few minutes ago, here we have a field set. The field set actually I put it because if we can see from the previous example I saw there, we have a field set which takes in that contact us just as a part of the border. So we want it also to have the same look and feel. So that's why I just put it here, and the rest is just normal. The reason I'm actually using legend is because I want them to appear in block level element, not inline or something of that kind. So in between all this, we need to make sure we have some breakpoints because we need all these things to be in block level elements, just like the way it looks in the other one we implemented using class-based component. So like this is a little bit, some few things we need to add, but this is all we need for our skeleton. We can add here is the submit button. Type is going to be submit. With this, all our skeleton is in place. So what are we supposed to do? The first thing we gotta do is to come here to this React where we import our React and put comma, open and close curly brace. Then we'll say use state, because here actually this thing is going to work with like the changes and state and stuff. So we want to handle the states and something of that kind, so that if we're typing anything, it will just type easily, and if we want to submit or do something, it will like work easy. And this can only be achieved in React using the state. Coming down here, we're going to define all our states down here. First we are going to say name, then we are going to set name. We're using array destructuring here. I think you're a little familiar with it, so let's just get it done. Inside the use state, it actually takes one thing as an argument, just as initial value. So we are going to give it just like empty string, something of that kind, because we wanted that the input have to look empty or something of that kind. That is what we need the contact form to look like. It is not to have any initial value inside. So that's why we're just leaving it empty. So here we are going to do the same to all of the other, right from the email to the message. So now all of our whatever is now here. We need to come here to these inputs and add for them values, because all the values are now added up there, you know. So we gotta come here and say value. The first value for this is gonna be name, which we just defined up there. So we are going to come down here for email. We have a value of email. So with this, I think we are pretty much done with the major part of this. So now all we need is to handle changes, because when you are typing there, when you type A, when the A is already there inside the table, you want to type B or maybe whatever character you want to type there, then what is making it to change? It needs some event handler in order to handle that change. So that is why we are going to come here and we are going to say on change handle name change Now all the changes we have, but one thing we need to notice is we have a submit button, and that submit button, if I'm to show you right from this example, like if we write something here, something there, and something here, and we submit like this, it will actually prompt us success. Have you seen here? So we need to bring that functionality into use. Right up here in the form, we will just say on submit, then we'll say handle submit, just like that. Now we have put all our event handlers in their position. Now all we need is to define them, because if we are to run it like this, it will say all of these things are not defined. The first one here we are going to say is handle submit. Handle submit is done for event. You can say anything, it really doesn't matter in this case. Then we are going to say e.prevent default, just to like eliminate some some unnecessary behaviors and stuff. Down here, because we have something which usually alerts and say what success, something of that kind, so let's just say success. If we are handling name change, we're going to say event. Then here we are going to actually use set name. Then we'll set name to e.target. What is our target? Our target is a value. Then target.value. Just like that, you are done handling that change, and we can pretty much do it for all of the other functions. With this, we are done. You don't need to go and bind anything. This is done like that. Sorry for this. Oh, sorry. Here we need to say set name instead of set state. That is that. And because of CSS and stuff, I have some classes that I'm going to put here, but it doesn't really matter. And if you need the overall code itself, I'm going to put the link in the description of this video, so you can just click on it and go to my GitHub, and after this you clone it down and use it. It is actually public, so you don't need to really have a lot of headache about it. Alright, we are pretty much done here now. Don't really have a lot of headache to look into. This is all that we gotta do, and pretty much our code is done. We are complete here. We just need to come and change this to capital, and we'll come down here and change this one to capital letter also. Then after this, we are done. So let's try to like display it so that we'll see how it looks, if it is comparable or something. First of all, let's import our CSS properties for the classes I just put. I added some classes there, and there's a CSS. There's some CSS properties which are going to work with it. Let's come here, and then instead of using this class-based component, let's just comment it out, and let's import hook state. Let's import hook state from hook state. Then we'll come down here, and instead of rendering this, we'll now render the hook state itself, just like that. Then let's come and see the changes here. Yeah, voila, pretty much does it. But one thing I notice is actually it says success, yeah, but we don't have the looks of it, which means like the CSS part is missing. So let's just come and add it by adding the class. That, yeah, it is here now. So everything is handled just once, as we expected. Like if it comes to hooks and how you can use hooks in order to automate your work and make things easy. One thing I need to do is to compare these two codes. If you have to see here in class-based components, we have 58 lines of code to solve this problem. So if you come here to functional based component, we have 45 lines of code to solve the same problem. This already illustrates the efficiency, like which one is easy for you to deal with and which one is the one which can do the work in very speedy pace and very quick for you to like just automate your work and make things done. For me, as a suggestion, I suggest you just go on with functional components, because now it has all the features and powers in it in order to take you beyond the limit that you were close up with during the time is still hooks are not out, but now hooks are in half of React, and it has given all the functionality that you need on your fingertips, so you don't need to sleep with that. Just go ahead and do the best you can. I hope this video give you a value in one way or another as a React developer or someone who is trying to learn React. So with this said, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Peace.